I made it onto a relief flight to Jacmel on the southern coast of Haiti. It was the only point of entry available in the wake of the earthquake that displaced close to 1 million Haitians. My destination was Léogâne, 20 kilometers outside of Port-au-Prince, where 90% of the buildings had been razed. The region was desperate for help from organizations like Edge Outreach, a Louisville, Kentucky-based group that touched down immediately after the quake to make sure Haitians had access to clean water. I met Sergo along the way. Sergo. He's going to show us what his house looked like. Okay. Sergo showed me the house he had lived in with his uncle. His friends were living underneath this tarp across the street. And now we're back on the road. So we continued our walk to Christianville University, where Edge Outreach was based. We arrived in the middle of Sunday church service. Frank Charlemagne, an optician whose clinic nearby had been destroyed, told me relief efforts from groups like Edge have been vital, and he hopes negative media coverage won't dissuade others from coming to Haiti.
Haiti is a country where people are friendly and very lovely. I know there are bad guys everywhere, but here, I'm sure any international people that want to come down here, any citizen of the world, they will be welcome because we know they're here to help us.
I was welcomed to a Haiti where people were eager to get back to their daily lives. And as 26-year-old James Denis told me, the young people are ready to step up and be involved in the reconstruction. James showed me around the streets of Port-au-Prince, where we saw people bathing and drinking from street runoff. A stark contrast to the clean water provided by Edge Outreach.
And so when it's hooked up to a car battery, there's a little pump that's inside the tank.
The water is then chlorinated. The system can provide 55 gallons of water an hour to small communities like this one outside of Léogâne, where the town elder always greets the team with a smile.
First day we came out, he was just so happy to see us. He just jumped out. When we jumped out of the truck, he was the first one there to grab our hand and say hi to us.
But there is a looming concern for the Haitian people. Rainy season. Soccer stadiums like this one in Léogâne are packed with people living in makeshift quarters. And as you look around, shanty home after shanty home is covered with either a tarp or a piece of tin or wood. Definitely not anything that can keep the rain out. Port-au-Prince is no different, with even more people living in close quarters, the risk even higher for waterborne illnesses such as malaria and cholera.
I'll tell you what, rainy season is going to be really rough here this year with all of the cracks in the ground from the earthquake. Those cracks, the water runoff and all of the groundwater is going to be a lot worse going in those cracks and contaminating more wells.
But Edge Outreach has worked fast and already set up 24 clean water systems across Haiti. Since the quake, their efforts have provided over 500,000 gallons of clean drinking water. All thanks to the donations of everyday Americans.
College students, they've got young people, they've got people from every discipline of life. They just come together to bring pure water and help. With a little bit of training, a handful of salt, and a car battery, that they can really bring life and health, and it makes a difference.
In Léogâne, Haiti, Jeremy Lee reporting.